Hello viewers, it's Super GT here. Welcome to the video. In this one we are going to be testing out the 1970 Dodge Super Bee. So let's give it a tune. The tune I'm going to be using, I'm not going to be tuning it myself. The tune I'm going to be using is this by English Howl. So it's going to be an A class, and as we can see there, acceleration 8.8, that is very high. Handling 5.5, braking 5.6, and 7 for speed. So those are pretty decent baseline stats for A class. So I'm going to whack that tune on. So for those of you who watch this channel more often will probably know that I like to use European cars and Japanese cars. So this is going to be quite interesting to see exactly how this car fares. It's obviously an old classic American car, so we're not expecting amazing handling, but it's going to make up for it in speed and power and just pure aggression. So let's see how we do online. And first up we have Spa-Francorchamps at night. It couldn't be any more tricky into this first very sharp turn. Let's hope Max Verstappen doesn't turn up and cause a massive pile up. And here we go. Actually, we got through clean. Wow, how about that? Maybe it's the car, maybe it's not. No, it's probably not the car. It was just probably 1 in 1,000 chance. And those two guys are off and I'm through into 5th. That is not too bad. Let's see how it does over Eau Rouge. Going up. Yeah, understeer. It has quite a lot of high speed understeer. And yes, I did go over that curb there. I'm losing still loads of time though. All the way up this straight. This guy is going to try and get past me. I'm going to leave him plenty of room. So this car actually, I did lose quite a lot of straight line speed there up Eau Rouge. And on the brakes, a little bit too late. I couldn't really see my braking point. That is the disadvantage of racing at night. I have made videos on this before where it just messes with your mind, really. Those of you who have done it, you probably back me up on this. It's so hard to concentrate fully. These two guys are having a nice little dance off the side there, and they're going to rejoin. Is it going to get nasty? A little bit. The BMW not with the nicest rejoin there, just tapping the guy wide as he rejoins. I'm back in 5th, coming down into Pouon, the fast left-hander, 180 degrees around here. And the car actually is not too bad. I'm having to back out of the throttle through that turn on the exit as the BMW ahead. BMWs are normally well-rounded, especially for a track like this, and they're just going to go wide. And I'm through into 3rd. I'm on the podium as it stands. We've got Wolfykins up in the lead, and he's probably going to run away with it at this rate. Now into this turn, you see there the turn in at medium and low speed is really good. It's just at high speed, or the really high speed corners, that is a little bit slower. Like Blanchimont here, just having to back off quite a bit through that turn, losing a bit of speed compared to the guy behind. Into the chicane at the end of lap 1. Brakes are not too bad actually. This BMW is going to go for the most retarded line across the curb. Now at this point he should probably let me go, because that was not his position to take at all. He's just going to come back past on the outside. I'm just going to make sure he doesn't take that position. Just nudge him ever so slightly to make him think twice, and then just cut ahead of him on the exit. He should not have taken that place. He come across the curb completely, but then again people don't understand that that is wrong. They think they're right in doing that, but they're not. Now coming up to Eau Rouge, can we take it flat? Obviously not. I'm going to get pushed from behind again, so I'm just going to have to go across there. Still losing some speed though. Coming up the straight, it's going to turn into Hakkinen versus Schumacher, going either side of the guy in the middle, and I'm through into 2nd momentarily. Now what's going to happen as we come into the Lake Coombe chicane? He's going to come across on the braking zone, and that is a big no-no. I'm still in 3rd, and this guy's just going to give me a couple of taps from behind. Now coming through the right-hander as we go downhill, just preserving my position here in 3rd. So far not too bad. This car does handle very nicely. High speed handling not as good, but it does have good turn in, does have good acceleration, and the brakes aren't too bad actually. So you can't always go by what the stats are. The stats aren't always a true representative figure of how the car will handle, or will brake, or will accelerate. So coming into Pouon, just going to give him a nudge from behind. Now I'm not going to capitalise on that, I'm just going to let him go because you shouldn't push people wide and then just go past them. Well, I don't think you should anyway. Now people are saying that in the NASCAR video, you should just do bump and run, but I still just, even though people say that you can do it in NASCAR, I still don't think it's the right thing to do. So I just try not to do that. And especially in this car, well, this isn't NASCAR, so I'm not going to do it here, definitely. Now coming here, I've got a good run on the outside. I'm going to go clean around the outside, kind of showing you the good handling capabilities of this car. Just try to chop ahead of him. That was a little bit naughty for me, perhaps. But it's going to turn into a drag race up the hill towards Blanchimont. Now he has got the run on me there. I didn't get quite a good exit. And then this other guy is on my outside too. He's going to bail out and into Blanchimont. See there, just having to run wide because the car just really does not want to turn. And through here, losing a lot of speed, running wide, but losing a lot of speed because I had to back out of the throttle to make sure I didn't run too wide. Into the chicane. What can we do here? Back up the inside of the Cadillac. The BMW is just going to cut the corner completely, so I've got no chance of coming second. But then out of the chicane, just going to preserve third. So not too bad in the end. A bit of a ding-dong battle between myself and that BMW. The third is not too bad. It's just the high-speed corners. The car was not quite on it through there. So we're going to move to the second race around Indianapolis. Let's see what we can do here. We've got a big American car around the home of American motorsport. Let's see what we can do. We're second going into the first corner out of 23. It's already kicked off back there. We have got carnage in the mid-grid, but that is nothing new. We all know that happens anyway. Now this guy is going to come back on, and I'm going to give him 10 out of 10 for angle on that rejoin. Absolutely splendid angle on that, and he's very lucky that I was there to let him rebound back onto the track. Now he's just going to drive off for some reason. I don't know why. That is not the track. They're coming through this one. They're just going to come back. They're going to appear out of nowhere. Just hit me wide. And then I've lost a couple of positions down into fourth. The Ford GT has taken the lead. I have got a BMW on my inside. Coming into the next left-hander. That guy's just going to go sliding wide. Just very weird, bizarre driving from him. And the first couple of turns there. Really strange driving. So the Ford GT is battling now with Wolfykins. Wolfykins draws out wide to try and get a run on the outside into the next left-hander. We've got a weird corner here because it's got a curb in the middle. You'll see what I mean. As I brake a little bit wide there, you can see the curb in the middle there. You obviously want to ignore that one. So I just went into Wolfykins, into the side of him. Just backed out to make sure that he regained the position of second. Now coming onto this last 90-degree right-hander, onto the back straight, or the oval section should we say, to be more precise. I'm going to be a victim of the understeer at high speed here, and at the bump as you go onto the oval, and I just completely mess up. I just went into the tyre wall on the exit. You can see there the high speed turning was not as good as I was anticipating. So this is going to put me down into 12th. I am relegated to mid-grid. It's going to be interesting battling from here. Just try to regain a couple of positions. Get back into the top 10. Let's see what we can do from here. So this guy's going to go lunging in the Lambo. Fairly decent move, I guess. Give him the room. And then do a cut-back overtake. In the meantime, Supra has got past. So into the next right-hander. Let's see what we can do. He goes quite deep. He is laying smoke everywhere. Look at that. He's laying down a smoke screen. We cannot see anything back here. As this guy is just smoking us out in the Supra. Coming into the left-hander. Looking for the move. Wasn't quite on. The Supra was ahead and just cut across there at the last moment. So coming through the right into the middle straight. Let's get a good run through here. And these two guys are just going to collect each other. And that's 2 free positions. Thank you very much. And we're moving on. We're just catching up with these guys here. In 11th now. We've got a group of 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they're not really a group, are they? They're quite spread out. But that guy is going to go wide. I'm into the top 10. Are we going to avoid the tyre wall this time? Yes, we are. Look at that. Brilliant stuff. Now through the main oval section. Just having to back out of the throttle almost entirely for a couple of seconds. He really does not want to go around there. So that is the main tweak we would have to make on this tune if we were going to tune it differently. High speed turning, it doesn't really like it. That is the main downside, but it is otherwise a very good car. The Viper ahead taking a nice cutting line, laying down some smoke as well. So through turn 2 into 3, we've got a group there of, well, 2 groups of 2. We have got 6th position is on if we can get past these guys. We've finished in my customary position. Just trying to catch up with the back of this Viper. He's holed up behind the old... I'm not going to try and name it. I'm just going to say the old car, because it is an old car. That's fairly accurate, I guess. So the Viper just not quite able to get past. Let's see if we can get a good run down the middle straight. Now I'm fairly confident on the brakes on this car actually. So on the brakes coming into this one, you can see they're actually gaining quite nicely. Those two make contact. I'm going to move to the inside here. It's just going to turn, and coming into the left, I'll give him plenty of room, but he just doesn't really want it. He just wants to go into me. He wanted more than what I gave him. I gave him enough, but not enough for him. So onto the back straight. We're still in 10th, and we have a group of 3 up ahead of us. Now coming through here, there's a big bump there as you enter the oval. Just having to back out because of that. If I didn't back out, I think I would have gone into the side of him and smashed him into the tyre wall, which isn't really what we want to see. Well, maybe you do want to see that. That's quite funny. It's interesting at least, but we're not going to do that today. These two guys are going to battle. I've gone past. I'm into 8th. Can we get anything beyond that? Let's see. Coming through into turn 4, going for a late apex on this time, on this lap. And then moving on, we did actually catch up a little bit to the back of the Viper. 7th place is on here if we can have a decent run through this slalom section. I'm going to go pulling over to the left hand side to get a good run onto the oval, and he is just going to go straight. He just forgets to steer basically. Forgot which button was to steer. It's the left stick, by the way. He obviously knows that now, but at the crucial moment his memory evaded him and he's gone straight on. So we're going to finish 7th unless we have a horrible turn here. Someone was going backwards there, I'm not sure why. And for the final turn, the Supra just coming back, not enough though. And we're going to finish in 7th. So overall, this car was pretty good. A good tune. Has very easy to work with handling. The brakes are decent and the acceleration is good. So overall, I would recommend this car. Not too bad at all in A class. So that is going to bring a close to this video, guys. Remember to subscribe if you'd like to see more like this, and if you're new to the channel, hit that like button if you did like the video, guys, and hope to see you watching my next one. Thank you for watching this. Goodbye.